Thugs attack elderly veteran. Unaware his rescued dog is a former K-9 officer. The wind howled through the desolate plains of Montana, rattling the windows of Jack's small ranch house like the distant echo of gunfire. He sat hunched in his worn armchair, the flickering television casting an eerie glow across his weathered face. But his eyes were glazed over, his mind 1,000 miles away, lost in the jungles of Vietnam. The scent of damp earth and burning leaves clung to the air, triggering a phantom memory of a humid night, the acrid smell of gunpowder and the metallic tang of blood heavy in the air. He could almost hear the whirring of helicopter blades, the staccato bursts of gunfire, the screams of men caught in the crossfire. Jack gripped the arms of his chair, his knuckles white, his body trembling with a familiar surge of anxiety. He closed his eyes, trying to shut out the memories, but they clung to him like shadows, refusing to be banished. He was back in the jungle, a young soldier barely out of his teens, his heart pounding in his chest, his rifle clutched tightly in his hands. The darkness was alive with unseen dangers, the enemy lurking in the shadows, their presence a constant threat. He could feel the weight of his pack, the sweat trickling down his back, the fear gnawing at his gut. He could hear the whispered commands, the rustling of leaves, the sudden eruption of gunfire that shattered the tense silence. He was running, his legs pumping, his lungs burning, the jungle a blur of green and brown. He could hear the shouts of his comrades, the thud of bodies hitting the ground, the screams of the wounded echoing through the trees. Then, the explosion, a blinding flash of light, a deafening roar, the ground shaking beneath his feet. He was thrown backwards, his body slamming against a tree trunk, his vision blurring, his ears ringing. He lay there, dazed and disoriented, the world spinning around him. He could taste blood, feel the warmth of it trickling down his face. He tried to move, but his body refused to obey. He was trapped, alone in the darkness, the echoes of the battle fading into a distant hum. He closed his eyes, waiting for the end, the darkness closing in, the memories engulfing him. Jack jolted awake, his heart pounding, his breath coming in ragged gasps. He was back in his living room, the television still flickering, the wind still howling outside. But the jungle, the battle, the fear, they were all still with him, etched into his memory, a constant reminder of the horrors he had witnessed, the trauma he had endured. He rose from his chair, his body stiff and aching, his mind a battlefield of fragmented memories. He poured himself a glass of whiskey, the amber liquid burning its way down his throat, a temporary anesthetic to the pain that gnawed at his soul. He gazed out the window, the vast expanse of Montana stretching before him, the mountains silhouetted against the twilight sky. He longed for the peace he had once found in nature, the solace he had sought in the solitude of the wilderness. But the war had followed him home, its shadows lurking in every corner of his mind, its echoes haunting his waking hours. He was a stranger in his own land, a prisoner of his past, a veteran struggling to find his place in a world that seemed to have moved on without him. The morning sun cast long shadows across the main street of Havenwood, a small town nestled amidst the rolling hills of Montana. Jack, his face etched with the weariness of a sleepless night, stepped out of his pickup truck, the rusty vehicle groaning in protest as it settled on its worn suspension. He had a routine, a carefully constructed schedule designed to keep the demons of his past at bay. Mornings were for errands, the mundane tasks of grocery shopping and bill paying a welcome distraction from the intrusive thoughts that plagued his waking hours. He entered the local supermarket, the familiar sights and smells a comforting balm to his frayed nerves. He navigated the aisles with a practiced ease, his basket filling with the staples of his solitary existence: coffee, canned goods, a loaf of bread, a bottle of whiskey for the nights when the memories became too overwhelming. As he exited the store, a weathered sign caught his eye: Havenwood Animal Shelter. He paused, a flicker of curiosity stirring within him. He had always been fond of animals, their unconditional love and unwavering loyalty a stark contrast to the complexities of human relationships. He crossed the street, his footsteps echoing on the empty sidewalk. The shelter was a modest building, its paint peeling, its fence in need of repair. But the sounds emanating from within, the playful barks, the gentle meows, the occasional squawk of a parrot, painted a picture of life and companionship. He entered hesitantly, the cacophony of animal sounds washing over him, a welcome distraction from the turmoil within his own mind. A young woman, her face bright with a welcoming smile, greeted him from behind the counter. "Welcome to Havenwood Animal Shelter," she said cheerfully. "Are you looking to adopt a furry friend today?" Jack hesitated, unsure how to respond. He hadn't considered adopting a pet, his solitary lifestyle seemingly incompatible with the demands of caring for another living creature. But something about the atmosphere of the shelter, the vibrant energy of the animals, tugged at his heartstrings. "I'm just browsing," he mumbled, his gaze drifting towards the rows of cages lining the walls. The woman, sensing his hesitation, offered a gentle encouragement. "Take your time," she said. "The animals here are all eager to find loving homes. Perhaps one of them will choose you." Jack nodded, his curiosity piqued. He wandered through the shelter, his eyes scanning the cages, his heartstrings tugged by the hopeful gazes of the abandoned creatures. He saw playful puppies, mischievous kittens, and a variety of birds chirping merrily in their cages. But it was a dog in the far corner that caught his attention. A German Shepherd, its coat a rich sable brown, its eyes a deep, soulful amber, sat huddled in the back of its cage, its demeanor withdrawn and fearful. Jack felt a connection with the dog, a recognition of shared pain, a reflection of his own isolation and fear. He approached the cage cautiously, his movements slow and deliberate, his voice a low murmur of reassurance. The dog, sensing his presence, lifted its head, its amber eyes meeting Jack's with a flicker of wary curiosity. Jack knelt down, extending a hand towards the cage, his touch gentle, his voice soft and soothing. The dog hesitated for a moment, then, as if drawn by an invisible force, stepped forward, its nose nudging Jack's hand through the wire mesh. Jack felt a surge of warmth, a spark of connection that resonated deep within him. He inquired about the dog, learning that it was a stray, found wandering the outskirts of town, its body bearing the scars of past abuse. It was withdrawn, fearful of human contact, the spirit seemingly broken. Jack, his heart aching for the creature's plight, made a decision. He would adopt the dog, offer it a safe haven, a chance to heal, a companion to share the silence of his solitary existence. He completed the adoption paperwork, his hands trembling with a mix of anticipation and apprehension. As he led the dog out of the shelter, its leash secured to his wrist, he felt a glimmer of hope, a sense of purpose he hadn't felt in years. He named the dog Rex, a name that evoked strength and loyalty, a hope for the dog's recovery and a symbol of the new chapter unfolding in their lives. As they walked towards his truck, the morning sun casting long shadows behind them, Jack felt a warmth spread through his weary heart. He wasn't alone anymore. He had a companion, a furry friend to share his journey, a loyal soul to help him navigate the shadows of his past and find a path towards healing and redemption. The drive back to the ranch was a quiet one, punctuated only by the rumble of the old pickup truck and the occasional soft whimper from Rex in the passenger seat. Jack, his hands gripping the steering wheel, stole glances at his new companion, his heart filled with a mix of hope and trepidation. He pulled up to the ranch house, its weathered facade a reflection of his own inner turmoil. He led Rex inside, the dog hesitant at first, his senses overwhelmed by the unfamiliar scents and sounds. Jack showed Rex his new bed, a soft cushion nestled in a quiet corner of the living room. He filled a bowl with fresh water and offered Rex a plate of food, but the dog remained wary, his appetite seemingly overshadowed by his anxiety. Jack understood. He, too, had struggled with adjusting to new environments, the echoes of the war casting a shadow over every unfamiliar space. He gave Rex space, allowing him to explore the house at his own pace. His presence a quiet reassurance, his voice a gentle murmur of encouragement. Days turned into weeks, and a routine began to emerge. Mornings were for walks, the vast expanse of Montana offering a sense of freedom and tranquility. Jack, his senses attuned to the subtle nuances of nature, found solace in the rhythm of their footsteps, the shared silence a balm to his troubled mind. Rex, initially hesitant, gradually embraced the walks, his gait growing more confident with each passing day. He would sniff the wildflowers, chase butterflies across the meadows, and occasionally pause, his head tilted, his amber eyes gazing at the distant horizon, as if searching for something lost or forgotten. Evenings were spent by the fireplace, the crackling flames casting a warm glow across the room. Jack would read aloud from his worn collection of books, his voice filling the silence, the stories a welcome escape from the intrusive thoughts that plagued his waking hours. Rex would lie at his feet, his head resting on his paws, his amber eyes fixed on Jack's face, his presence a comforting weight, his soft breaths a lullaby to Jack's troubled soul. Nights, however, remained a battleground. The darkness would amplify the echoes of the past, the memories of the war returning with a vengeance, the nightmares vivid and unrelenting. But Rex, with an uncanny intuition, seemed to sense Jack's distress. He would nudge Jack awake with his wet nose, his soft whimpers a gentle reassurance, his presence a lifeline in the darkness. Jack would wrap his arms around Rex, burying his face in his fur, the dog's warmth and steady heartbeat a comforting anchor in the storm of his memories. Rex would lick away his tears, his unwavering loyalty a balm to Jack's wounded spirit. Slowly but surely, the nightmares lessened, the days grew brighter, the silence of the ranch house filled with a newfound sense of peace. Jack, once isolated and withdrawn, began to open up, sharing stories of his past with Rex, his voice finding solace in the dog's attentive silence. Rex, in turn, seemed to understand, his presence a constant source of comfort, his loyalty unwavering. He had become more than just a pet. He was a companion, a confidant, a furry guardian angel who had entered Jack's life at a time when he needed it most. Their bond deepened, a testament to the healing power of companionship, a bridge between two souls scarred by trauma, a shared journey towards redemption and peace. And in the vast expanse of Montana, amidst the rolling hills and whispering winds, a veteran and his rescued dog found solace in each other's company. Their bond a beacon of hope in the face of adversity, their friendship a testament to the enduring power of love and loyalty. One crisp autumn afternoon, Jack decided to take Rex to the town square for a change of scenery. He leashed Rex, the familiar ritual now a comforting routine, and they strolled down the quiet streets of Havenwood, the golden leaves crunching beneath their feet. As they passed the local diner, a group of children gathered around Rex, their faces alight with excitement. "What a beautiful dog!" one exclaimed. "Can we pet him?" another asked. Jack, usually wary of social interactions, found himself surprised by the children's enthusiasm. He nodded, allowing them to pet Rex, the dog responding with gentle tail wags and affectionate licks. An elderly gentleman, his face weathered by time and experience, approached Jack, his eyes twinkling with curiosity. "That's a fine German shepherd you have there," he remarked. "Reminds me of the police dogs I used to see back in my day." Jack, intrigued, inquired about the man's observation. The gentleman, a retired police officer himself, explained the distinctive markings and disciplined demeanor that often characterized police dogs. He pointed out Rex's muscular build, his alert posture, and the faint remnants of a faded tattoo on his inner ear. A spark of recognition ignited in Jack's mind. He recalled the shelter mentioning that Rex had been found wandering on the outskirts of town, his body bearing the scars of past abuse. Could it be that Rex was more than just a stray? Could he be a retired police dog, his past shrouded in mystery, determined to uncover the truth? Jack visited the local police station the following day. He shared his observations with the officer on duty, his voice filled with a mix of curiosity and concern. The officer, intrigued by Jack's story, accessed the police database, his fingers flying across the keyboard. A moment later, his eyes widened in surprise. "Well, I'll be," he exclaimed, turning the computer screen towards Jack. "You're right. This dog is a retired K-9 officer. His name is Rex, just like you said. He served with the state police for 5 years, specializing in narcotics detection and suspect apprehension." The officer scrolled through Rex's records, revealing a decorated career, filled with commendations for bravery and loyalty. Rex had been injured in the line of duty, his leg shattered while apprehending a dangerous fugitive. He had undergone surgery and rehabilitation, but the injury had ultimately forced him into early retirement. Jack listened intently, his heart swelling with admiration for his canine companion. Rex, the withdrawn and fearful dog he had rescued from the shelter, was a hero, a testament to the unwavering loyalty and courage of police dogs. He learned that Rex had been adopted by a loving family after his retirement, but had tragically gone missing a few months later. The family had searched tirelessly, but Rex had vanished without a trace, his fate unknown until his recent discovery at the shelter. Jack, his heart aching for Rex's past struggles, felt a renewed sense of purpose. He would help Rex heal, not just from his physical injuries, but from the emotional scars of his past. He would provide him with the love, security, and respect he deserved. He left the police station, his mind filled with thoughts of Rex's past, his heart overflowing with admiration for his canine companion. He looked at Rex, who was patiently waiting for him outside, his tail wagging gently, his amber eyes filled with trust and affection. Jack knelt down, wrapping his arms around Rex, his voice thick with emotion. "You're a hero, Rex," he whispered, his words filled with gratitude and respect. "A true hero." Rex, sensing Jack's emotions, licked away his tears, his gesture a silent reassurance, a bond of understanding between two souls who had found solace in each other's company. Two heroes, each bearing the scars of their past, each offering the other a path towards healing and redemption. The crisp autumn air whipped through the park, swirling fallen leaves into miniature tornadoes that danced across the pathways. Jack, his hands tucked deep into his pockets, strolled alongside Rex, the dog's leash slack, a testament to the trust and understanding that had blossomed between them. The park was a haven of tranquility, a sanctuary amidst the bustling town. Children's laughter echoed from the playground. Families picnicked beneath the shade of ancient oaks, and elderly couples strolled hand in hand, their footsteps a gentle rhythm in the afternoon stillness. Jack, usually wary of crowds, found himself drawn to the peaceful atmosphere, the vibrant energy of life a welcome contrast to the isolation he had endured for so long. Rex, too, seemed to revel in the change of scenery, his tail wagging with enthusiasm, his amber eyes sparkling with curiosity. As they rounded a bend in the path, a group of young men emerged from the shadows, their laughter loud and boisterous, their presence a jarring intrusion in the peaceful setting. They swaggered towards Jack, their eyes filled with a menacing glint, their body language radiating a sense of aggression. Jack's heart pounded in his chest, his instincts screaming at him to retreat. He recognized the type, troublemakers, their boredom seeking an outlet, their insecurities masked by a facade of bravado. He tightened his grip on Rex's leash, the dog sensing the shift in his demeanor, his muscles tensing, his amber eyes fixed on the approaching figures. Jack tried to steer Rex away, hoping to avoid a confrontation, but the group blocked their path, their laughter turning into taunts. Well, what do we have here?" one sneered, his voice laced with mockery. "An old man and his mutt. Looks like they're lost." Another chimed in, his words dripping with sarcasm. "Maybe we should show them the way out." Jack's hands trembled, his body tensing with a familiar surge of anxiety. The echoes of the past, the memories of confrontations in the jungle, threatened to overwhelm him. He felt trapped, vulnerable, his fight-or-flight instincts battling for control. But then he looked at Rex, his loyal companion, his furry guardian angel. The dog stood tall and proud, his muscles rippling beneath his sable coat, his amber eyes radiating a protective intensity. Rex, sensing Jack's fear, let out a low growl, a warning rumble that echoed through the park, silencing the taunts of the young men. They hesitated, their bravado faltering in the face of the dog's unwavering loyalty. Jack, emboldened by Rex's presence, straightened his shoulders, his voice finding a newfound strength. "Leave us alone," he commanded, his words firm and clear. "We're not looking for trouble." The men exchanged glances, their arrogance wavering, their aggression tempered by a flicker of uncertainty. But their leader, his ego bruised by Jack's defiance, refused to back down. "Or what, old man?" he sneered, stepping closer, his fists clenched. "What's your mutt gonna do? Bite us?" Jack's heart pounded in his chest, his breath catching in his throat. He knew he was outnumbered, outmatched, his aging body no match for the youthful aggression of the group. But Rex, his instincts ignited, his loyalty unwavering, had made his decision. He lunged forward, his powerful body a blur of motion, his teeth bared, his growl a thunderous roar that echoed through the park. The suddenness of Rex's attack took the thugs completely by surprise. Their bravado evaporated, replaced by a primal fear as they faced the fury of a canine protector. The leader, his arrogance shattered, stumbled backward, his eyes wide with alarm. Rex, despite the lingering weakness in his once-injured leg, moved with a speed and agility that belied his past trauma. He snarled, his teeth bared, his powerful jaws snapping inches from the leader's face. The young man, his bravado crumbling, raised his arms defensively, his taunts replaced by stammered pleas for mercy. The other thugs, their initial aggression replaced by a healthy dose of fear, hesitated, unsure whether to intervene or flee. Rex, his senses heightened, his focus unwavering, kept them at bay, his growls a symphony of warning, his presence a formidable barrier between them and Jack. Jack, his heart pounding with a mix of fear and admiration, watched the scene unfold, his initial anxiety giving way to a surge of pride. Rex, the once withdrawn and fearful dog, had transformed into a fearless protector, his loyalty and courage shining through. The standoff continued, the tension hanging heavy in the air. The thugs, realizing they were outmatched, began to back away, their bravado replaced by a desperate desire to escape the wrath of the canine guardian. Rex, sensing their retreat, maintained his vigilant stance, his growls echoing through the park, a clear message that he would not tolerate any further aggression towards his human companion. The thugs, their courage completely shattered, turned and fled, their footsteps pounding on the pavement, their laughter replaced by panicked gasps. The park, once filled with the sounds of laughter and playful chatter, fell silent, the only sound the heavy breathing of Rex and the pounding of Jack's heart. Jack knelt beside Rex, his hand resting on the dog's fur, his voice thick with emotion. "You were amazing, Rex," he whispered, his words filled with gratitude and admiration. "You saved me." Rex, his amber eyes meeting Jack's, licked his hand, his gesture a silent reassurance, a bond of understanding between two souls who had faced danger together, their loyalty and courage forged in the crucible of confrontation. The tension slowly dissipated, the peaceful atmosphere of the park gradually returning. People emerged from their hiding places, their faces filled with a mix of curiosity and relief. They approached Jack and Rex, their voices filled with praise and gratitude. "That was incredible," one exclaimed. "You and your dog are heroes. Thank you for protecting us," another said, her voice trembling with emotion. "We were so scared." Jack, overwhelmed by the outpouring of gratitude, found himself basking in the warmth of human connection, a feeling he had long forgotten. He had faced his fears, stood his ground, and with Rex by his side had emerged victorious. The incident, though unsettling, had a profound impact on Jack. It had awakened a dormant strength within him, a reminder of the courage he had once possessed, the resilience he had honed in the crucible of war. And it had solidified his bond with Rex, their shared experience forging an unbreakable connection, a testament to the unwavering loyalty and protective instincts of a canine companion. As they left the park, the setting sun casting long shadows behind them, Jack felt a renewed sense of purpose, a glimmer of hope in the face of his long-standing struggles. He was no longer just a veteran haunted by his past. He was a protector, a guardian, a man with a loyal companion by his side, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. News of the incident in the park spread like wildfire through the small town of Havenwood. Jack, once a reclusive figure, found himself thrust into the spotlight, his act of courage and Rex's heroic intervention becoming the talk of the town. The local newspaper ran a front-page story, complete with a picture of Jack and Rex standing side by side, their bond evident in their shared gaze. The article recounted the events in the park, highlighting Rex's bravery and Jack's resilience in the face of danger. The town rallied around their newfound heroes. Neighbors who had barely acknowledged Jack's existence now greeted him with warm smiles and words of gratitude. Children stopped him on the street, eager to pet Rex and hear stories of his bravery. The local Veterans Association reached out to Jack, inviting him to their meetings, offering him a sense of camaraderie and understanding he had long craved. He found solace in sharing his experiences with fellow veterans, their shared understanding of the invisible wounds of war creating a bond of brotherhood. Jack, once isolated and withdrawn, found himself embraced by the community, his act of courage opening doors to connections he had never thought possible. He attended town events, participated in local fundraisers, and even found himself volunteering at the animal shelter, his newfound appreciation for the healing power of animals inspiring him to give back. Rex, too, became a local celebrity. Children adored him, showering him with affection and treats. Adults admired his loyalty and protective instincts, recognizing the unwavering bond he shared with Jack. The town council organized a special ceremony to honor Jack and Rex, presenting them with certificates of appreciation for their bravery and service to the community. The mayor, in a heartfelt speech, praised their courage and highlighted the importance of recognizing the sacrifices made by veterans and the invaluable role animals play in our lives. Jack, standing beside Rex, his chest swelling with pride, felt a warmth spread through his weary heart. He had found a place, a purpose, a connection to the world he had long felt alienated from. And it was all thanks to Rex, his loyal companion, his furry guardian angel, who had not only protected him from harm, but had also opened his heart to the healing power of human connection. The incident in the park had been a catalyst, a turning point in Jack's life. It had shattered the walls of isolation he had built around himself, allowing him to reconnect with his community, to find solace in shared experiences, to embrace the warmth of human kindness. And as the days turned into weeks, and the weeks into months, Jack's transformation continued, his spirit healing, his confidence growing, his laughter echoing through the once silent ranch house. He was no longer just a veteran haunted by his past. He was a hero, a beacon of resilience, a testament to the enduring power of companionship and the unwavering loyalty of a dog. The story of Jack and Rex's bravery resonated far beyond the borders of Havenwood. The local newspaper article caught the attention of a regional news outlet, and soon, their story was being shared across the state, their act of courage capturing the hearts of people from all walks of life. Jack, initially hesitant to embrace the media attention, found himself drawn to the opportunity to share his story, to shed light on the struggles faced by veterans, and to advocate for the healing power of animals. He participated in interviews, sharing his experiences with candor and vulnerability, his voice a beacon of hope for those battling the invisible wounds of war. Rex, ever the loyal companion, remained by his side, his presence a calming influence, his amber eyes radiating a quiet strength. He became a symbol of unwavering loyalty, a testament to the profound impact animals can have on our lives. Their story touched a nerve, resonating with veterans and animal lovers alike. Letters poured in from across the country, filled with words of gratitude, admiration, and shared experiences. People shared their own stories of healing and companionship, their voices echoing the transformative power of the human-animal bond. Jack, once isolated and withdrawn, found himself at the center of a growing movement, a community of support and understanding. He connected with veterans organizations, animal shelters, and therapy programs, his story serving as a catalyst for change, a beacon of hope for those struggling to find their way back from the darkness. He began volunteering at the local VA hospital, sharing his experiences with fellow veterans, offering a listening ear and a compassionate heart. He spoke of the challenges of PTSD, the isolation, the nightmares, the difficulty of reintegrating into civilian life. But he also spoke of hope, of healing, of the transformative power of companionship, of the unwavering loyalty of a dog named Rex who had helped him find his way back from the brink. Rex, ever present by his side, became a therapy dog, his gentle presence a source of comfort and solace for veterans battling their own demons. He would sit patiently as they shared their stories, his amber eyes radiating understanding, his soft fur a comforting touch. The impact of their story rippled through the community, inspiring others to reach out, to offer support, to bridge the gap between veterans and the world they had fought to protect. Fundraisers were organized to support veterans programs and animal shelters. Awareness campaigns launched to highlight the benefits of animal-assisted therapy, and a renewed sense of appreciation for the sacrifices made by those who had served their country filled the air. Jack, once a forgotten veteran, lost in the shadows of his past, had become a beacon of hope, a symbol of resilience, a testament to the healing power of companionship and the unwavering loyalty of a dog. And as his story continued to spread, its impact resonated far beyond the borders of Havenwood, a testament to the enduring power of the human-animal bond and the transformative power of shared experiences. The ripple effect of Jack and Rex's story continued to spread, reaching the ears of Dr. Emily Carter, a renowned psychologist specializing in trauma recovery and animal-assisted therapy. Intrigued by their unique bond and the impact they had on the veteran community, Dr. Carter reached out to Jack, inviting him to participate in a research study exploring the benefits of human-animal interaction in overcoming PTSD. Jack, initially hesitant, was drawn to the opportunity to contribute to a cause that had become so close to his heart. He saw the profound impact Rex had on his own well-being, the way the dog's presence eased his anxiety, calmed his nightmares, and filled the void of loneliness that had haunted him for so long. He agreed to participate in the study, participating in therapy sessions, sharing their experiences, and contributing to the growing body of research on the human-animal bond. Dr. Carter was amazed by the depth of their connection, the unspoken communication that flowed between them, the way Rex seemed to anticipate Jack's needs, offering comfort and support in moments of distress. She observed the calming effect Rex had on Jack's anxiety, the way his presence grounded him in the present, easing the grip of the past. The study yielded promising results, confirming the therapeutic benefits of animal companionship in trauma recovery. Jack and Rex became ambassadors for the cause, their story shared at conferences and workshops, their presence a beacon of hope for veterans struggling to find their way back from the darkness. Jack, once a recluse haunted by his past, found a renewed sense of purpose in helping others. He became a certified therapy dog handler, working alongside Rex to provide comfort and support to veterans battling PTSD. They visited hospitals, rehabilitation centers, and support groups, their presence a reminder of the healing power of connection, the unwavering loyalty of a canine companion. Rex, his once fearful demeanor replaced by a confident calm, thrived in his new role. He seemed to understand the importance of his mission, his gentle presence a balm to troubled souls, his amber eyes radiating empathy and understanding. Together, Jack and Rex became a beacon of hope, their story a testament to the transformative power of companionship, their bond an inspiration to those seeking solace and healing in the face of adversity. They were living proof that even in the darkest of times, The unwavering loyalty of a dog and the resilience of the human spirit could pave the way towards redemption and peace. Time, the relentless tide, continued its ceaseless flow, leaving its mark on both Jack and Rex. Jack's hair turned a snowy white. His gait slowed, and the lines on his face deepened, each one a testament to a life well lived, a life marked by both hardship and healing. Rex, too, showed the signs of his advancing years. His once vibrant sable coat was now streaked with gray, his movements less agile, his naps more frequent. But his amber eyes still held the same spark of loyalty and devotion, his love for Jack unwavering. Their bond, forged in the crucible of shared trauma and mutual healing, had only deepened with time. They were inseparable, their lives intertwined in a tapestry of companionship and unconditional love. Jack, aware of Rex's advancing age, cherished every moment they had together. Their daily walks continued, though the pace was slower, the distances shorter. Their evenings by the fire were filled with quiet contentment, the crackling flames reflecting in Rex's amber eyes, their shared silence a symphony of understanding. One crisp winter morning, Jack awoke to find Rex unusually still. He knelt beside his loyal companion, his hand resting on Rex's fur, his heart heavy with a premonition. Rex's breathing was shallow, his body weak, his amber eyes clouded with a weariness that mirrored Jack's own. Jack knew the time had come to say goodbye, to release his beloved friend from the burdens of age and infirmity. He held Rex close, his voice thick with emotion, his words a whisper of gratitude and love. "Thank you, Rex," he murmured, his tears falling onto Rex's fur. "Thank you for saving me, for showing me the way back from the darkness. You were my hero, my best friend, my loyal companion. I will never forget you." Rex, sensing Jack's sorrow, licked his hand one last time, his gesture a final act of love and devotion. Then, with a soft sigh, he closed his eyes, his body relaxing into a peaceful stillness. Jack, his heart shattered, held Rex close, his tears flowing freely. He had lost his companion, his confidant, the furry guardian angel who had brought light and laughter back into his life. But he knew that Rex's legacy would live on, etched in his heart, a testament to the enduring power of the human-animal bond. He buried Rex beneath his favorite oak tree in the meadow, the place where they had shared countless walks, the place where their bond had flourished. He placed a simple stone marker on the grave, inscribed with the words, "Rex, my hero, my friend." The town of Havenwood mourned the loss of their beloved canine hero. The local newspaper ran a touching tribute, recounting Rex's bravery and his unwavering loyalty to Jack. The Veterans Association held a memorial service, honoring Rex's service and the impact he had on the veteran community. Jack, though heartbroken, found solace in the outpouring of support and the shared memories of Rex's life. He continued his work with veterans, sharing his story, advocating for animal-assisted therapy, and honoring the legacy of his loyal companion. And as the years passed, Jack's grief gradually softened, replaced by a profound sense of gratitude for the time he had shared with Rex. He would often visit Rex's grave, sitting beneath the oak tree, sharing stories in silence, his heart filled with the memories of their extraordinary bond. The story of Jack and Rex became a local legend, a tale whispered with reverence and affection, a testament to the enduring power of companionship, the unwavering loyalty of a dog, and the transformative power of love in the face of adversity. And in the quiet solitude of the Montana plains, their legacy lived on, a beacon of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the bond between humans and animals can illuminate the path towards healing, redemption, and enduring peace.